Hey guys, it's Danny. Today I kind of want to show you what I found at the flower shop, and I am very, very surprised that I did. And it's this beauty right here. Oh, I'm hoping the wind is not very bad. But yeah, I was at the flower shop yesterday, like a small flower shop, not a big garden center. I was looking for something totally different, and at some point, a yellow something caught my eye in the distance, and when I went close to it, I realized, oh my gosh, let's wait for the wind to pipe down. Okay, I'm standing on this side. I'm a little more protected from the wind. Hopefully the audio is still okay. Oh my goodness, like the wind just picked up right now as I just came out to film this before the sun reaches this area. Right, so I noticed this rose in the distance and I realized that it's not your typical hybrid tea rose that you find here in my area. It's something very, very, very different. And I got close to it. I looked for a tag because usually if it's coming from Avramis, usually you find a tag on these roses, and I did find a tag. Let me just show you what tag I found. It's very windy here. Do we see what the tag says? It says Golden Celebration. This is a David Austin rose. Oh my goodness. Now I know some of you will say, well, what's so special with finding a David Austin rose at the flower shop? Well, it's unheard of in my country. You don't find these things at the flower shops here. Typically what you would find are the normal hybrid teas, you know, those low petal count roses, which are beautiful, yes, but they're really not to my liking. I like these type of roses with higher petal counts, with peony shapes, with cupped shapes, all of these David Austin-ish type of roses. Not only, but I prefer these. And I took a sniff of it. And when I tell you guys I was blown away, I'm not even joking. I was blown away by the fragrance. It's like nothing I've ever smelled. And I kind of understand now why some people cannot describe rose fragrances. I have issues describing it as well. And you know me, I've described orchid fragrances along these 12 years without much issue. It's hard. It's such a complex fragrance. I finally understand why these roses are just so appealing. It's like on a whole different level from all of the typical roses that I find here in flower shops. So I will give it a go. Mind you, we all detect fragrance differently. Roses can smell differently depending on the time of day, depending if they're stressed, blah, blah, you know. So what I'm smelling now is a sort of fruity scent on a background of that typical tea fragrance, I would say. But that one is somewhere in the back. So I detect the fruitiness of it, like a lemony type of scent. But also there is a sweetness, a vague sweetness, and also something a little bit bitter. A very, very tiny bitter note to it that just adds. It doesn't distract. And when I put this guy in the car, like the fragrance was different. It perfumed my entire car, but it was like a sweet fragrance combined with like a greenish herbal fragrance to it. And I don't know, like when you stand further away from it, it smells differently than when you put your nose in it. It's so weird, but it's so good. The color of it is really nice golden, but on the back you can see we have a lighter color to the petals. I think this is botrytis. I have a little bit of botrytis here due to the humidity. It's a little bit humid these days, and in the morning we have a lot of dew. But I do have another flower that I sadly broke, and I kicked myself for it because it was just opening up. I'm gonna show it to you. It looks like fresh and nice. But yeah, this is a little bit of an older flower. It's very loosely formed, as you can see. You can still get to the stamens here, so pollinators really like it. Thing is though, this rose is a little lanky. It's described on the David Austin website as lax. It can arch very nicely if you have like a hedge of stuff in the back. I don't. You can also train it as a short climber. And that's kind of what I did here. I borrowed the obelisk from Blossom Time, which if you saw my previous video, you know it has very sturdy canes. It does not need any trellis, at least right now. Maybe in the future. So I brought the obelisk from there here. and I kind of pinned it to the obelisk because otherwise it would just be on the ground, which can be a very nice effect. But this one is close to a walkway here, and also I don't have anything in front of it to aid or to look nice, as this guy is just, you know, looking pendant on it. So for now, I'm just holding it on the obelisk, and you can see the flowers are drooping down. They're looking down. I don't mind that at all. But, you know, my garden is still a little bit bare at the moment. You can still see the ground. Working on it. But yeah, this is how I'm growing it right now. It's about, I would say, 120 centimeters at this point. And it can grow higher. I actually did see this grown as a short climber, and it grows very well. And because, you know, it has these arching canes, I think it does need some support if you don't have other plants in front of it to lean it over. But yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. And I do have a few more buds here. They're coming. So even though I was upset, I managed to break that flower that was just opening when I installed the obelisk. You know, it's fine. I have more buds to come. There is a chance, like in the future, as it matures a little bit, that the canes will become a little bit more rigid. But right now, like, you can, ouch, don't bite me. You can see kind of, you know, how thin and sprawly it is. So I'm kind of like tucking in these tiny little canes inside so that they don't really flop. But yeah, it's a little bit lax. But anyway, I am absolutely over the moon to have it. So let's move to a little bit more of a sheltered area where hopefully the audio will be a little better. Right, okay, so this is the flower that I broke. It was much more closed yesterday, so I put it in a glass of water and it's opening up really beautifully. Look at it, it's so pretty, so cupped and nice. Oh, I love it so much. I adore it. I could stare at it all day. So it might make for a good cut flower. I don't know. It's certainly open and looks very, very nice in water. And what I wanted to show you here, I did a previous Cordis order and I did another one. I have a few roses that need to come. I'll do an unboxing, but my previous order included a catalog as well. It is in German. I don't know German, but I managed to translate it with my phone and learned some words in the meantime as well. It's really easy to like figure out things. But what I want to show you is this way of describing scent. This is how they're describing scent. You have like a heart note, I would say, and then other notes. This is exactly what I detect from this particular rose as well. I finally understand what this is. You usually talk about heart notes, top notes, and all of those things when you talk about perfume, right? Which again, I'm a sucker for. I love perfume. Fragrance is a very, very big part of my life. It just affects my mental health a lot. So yes, finally I get it. Finally I understand why this entire diagram. Some roses just have such a complex fragrance that personally I detect. I might not detect everything that there is to detect. I don't have like a perfumer's nose, but this is exactly what I thought when I smelled this rose. And I dare say it is the first time that I have this experience, because all of the roses I've ever smelled here are beautifully fragrant, but they're very simple. You know, that sweet, I guess, old rose note, which is very beautiful, very sweet, but it's not as complex, I would say. And you know, the hybrid teas, as beautiful as they are, they just have, in my opinion, mostly a very simple fragrance, which can be a good thing. But I love complex fragrances, and this finally makes sense to me. And it makes me look forward to all of the roses that I ordered bare root, and they have buds now, and some of them. Do I have this one? I have Madame Anisette actually. So I'm so looking forward for the fragrance. I'm so hyped right now because, you know, I experienced the fragrance of this one. I'm so incredibly excited to see how these roses smell like. I've never ever like had any contact with these types of roses, so I'm incredibly excited. Now, before I let you go, let me just give you a little bit of an update on something in my garden, which is kind of funny. You know, I told you in my previous video that mislabeling is rampant here in my area. Well, let me just show you exactly how rampant it is. Alright, so my beautiful gladioli are blooming. Most of them are in bloom now. Well, let me just show you what gladioli I bought. I'll put it on the screen. This is what I bought. A little bit of each variety. And this is what I got. I did not buy yellow gladioli. And yet, they are the most common gladioli that I have. I believe it's the white ones with the beautiful like details, because I got a few more bulbs of those because I liked them most. What I bought and what I got, pretty much. Yeah, needless to say, I do not think I'm ever gonna buy these like opened bulbs ever again. It's not the first time it happens. Do we remember the lilies? How all three of the red lilies, orange lilies, and black, dark purple lilies, they were all red, very same red. And not only that, with the amaryllis as well, I got two of them that were not supposed to look like that. Even with the other lilies, they really did not look like the picture on the bag. They were kind of close to it. Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done with the bulbs. I'm only gonna purchase like already flowered stuff, because at least I know what it is. So that's just how bad things are mislabeled here. Maybe the magenta one looks a little bit like the picture advertised. Maybe. Now, the good thing is that somehow this very lemony yellow kind of goes with my color palette here. I have like blues and pinks, you know, I don't have oranges and red. And this very light yellow kind of goes. So I'm gonna leave them. I don't dislike them. It's just not what I bought. But I think I'm gonna leave them because they do look pretty, I would say. And especially, you know, in contrast with the salvia. Look at this. It is a beautiful color palette. Involuntary color palette, but beautiful nonetheless. So, yeah. I liked the yellow so much. I got a yellow osteospermum here. So, yeah. I'm okay with the yellow. I don't think orange would go here, but I started to take some interest in red and yellow. But you know, as I told you in a previous video, I much more prefer pinks and purples and blues in the garden. Weird, right? This is Madame Ansit. Told you I have her. She's doing great. Right, so with that said, let's end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching and sharing the rose journey with me. Hopefully everything will be okay through the summer. That's my only concern. Everything looks gorgeous right now, and we've had pretty decent weather, kind of cooler than usual, if I remember correctly, or the fact that I'm not in the city anymore. You know, maybe it's cooler here where I am. Cool is not bad. It's good. So it's been a little cooler than usual. My plumerias are not leafing out, which is weird, or they're kind of just starting to leaf out. But summer is still a killer, so I'm a little nervous about the summer, but hopefully everybody will be okay. But yeah, we'll see when we get there. So far, everything is beautiful. Righty, so that's it. I'll see you all next time. Bye!